Hey Reggie, hey, I just had this dream, man. I was really enjoying Animal Crossing for the Switch, and I woke up, and for a split second I thought, maybe Animal Crossing wasn't out on the Switch or something like that. I mean, it was really dumb. I mean, the Switch has been out for a year and a half, so like, I know that it's out. I mean, it would make no sense for you guys to, not have it out, let alone not have said anything about it barely. So I just wanted to hear from your mouth that it's out. I see. Okay. All right, I'll talk to you later. Today's YouTube video. Hey guys, it's Tim here, and today I'm going to be talking about something that's really important to me and something that's very near and dear to the hearts of many Nintendo fans, and that's why we need Animal Crossing to come to the Nintendo Switch. This is kind of a follow-up to the video that I made a few weeks back. You can watch it right here. In that video, I discussed a recent interview with the president of Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé, where he was discussing whether or not we'd ever see Animal Crossing come to the Switch. Basically, long story short, is that Nintendo wasn't ready to comment on it, but they weren't ruling it out either. Even though the fact that they didn't rule it out ignited a lot of hope for a fan like me, it was also really disappointing that they didn't say more. In this week's video, I wanted to make something a little bit different for you guys. I want to make a video letter to Nintendo expressing why we need Animal Crossing to come to the Switch. A lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about in this video is really practical and boring, but some other things in this video are going to be really personal to me and be some things that I've only discussed with some friends and family in my life and haven't really discussed with that many people, let alone in front of a camera on YouTube. So even though this is kind of uncomfortable for me, I hope you guys know that I'm really putting my heart out on the line for you all. And I want to make a video that I hope a lot of you guys connect with. And in like the 0.001% chance that Nintendo ever watches this video, I hope that they get the vibe of how much Animal Crossing fans want this game to come to the Switch. So give this video a thumbs up or comment on it to help Nintendo see the buzz surrounding how much we want this game. Let them see the passion, let them see the fandom. And with that said, let's get into this. First things first, we need a new Animal Crossing to come to the Switch because of how many people the game helps. Now I know that sounds kind of funny, a video game helping people, but hear me out. Growing up, I was a really awkward kid in elementary school, and I had a really hard time connecting with others, finding friends, and meeting other people that had interests that I shared. And then one day, whenever my mom was at Blockbuster, I was there with her, she let me rent the very first Animal Crossing on the GameCube. And I remember the first couple hours of playing it, I was honestly kind of mad because there weren't any set missions or objectives to follow that the game was telling me I needed to complete to feel like I was actually progressing. I was honestly just kind of doing whatever I wanted, walking around, meeting new animals, and seeing new sights. But fast forward a few days later, and my heart had been melted. I distinctly remember whenever I began to form connections with the animal neighbors in the game. They all had their own personalities, and with every passing day, I legitimately began to feel like I was getting to know them, and in a weird way, I felt like they were getting to know me too. I found myself actually caring about them and desiring to connect with them every day. If I went long stretches of time without talking to them in real life, I felt like I needed to fire up my GameCube and go in and talk to them because I didn't want to neglect them. And little did I know that that same care was beginning to rub off on the way that I was beginning to view and care for people in my real life. And fast forward 14 years, I have some of the best friends you could ever imagine in the entire world, and I've had many of them for 14 years. I met them kind of right after that period in my life. And I'm not saying that I owe my change in the way that I began to approach social situations all to Animal Crossing, but legitimately it was a really big stepping stone for me. And later during my freshman year of high school, around the time that Animal Crossing City Folk came out on the Wii, I would begin to struggle with depression. And once again, the franchise met me during a time that I needed it too. I never really used it as a replacement for real life, but in a strange way, it helped me transition back into a healthy mindset. A YouTube channel called Boldly Wired recently made a video called Animal Crossing and Mental Health. I feel like that video really summed up the experience experience that I had too. I'm linking it down below, and I have no affiliation with this channel, but I think that this video is really important, especially for Animal Crossing fans, so I really recommend you go and check it out. I also think that Animal Crossing is important because it's a game that's all about forming connections with other people, beginning to value what's around you, and beginning to find meaning in your life. I don't know about you guys, but with everything that's been on the news lately, and with some of the things that I've been seeing go on in the real world around us, I think injecting a little bit of care and meaning and value into our minds and our souls is never a bad thing. And this is officially the part of the video where we transition out of the heavy-hearted stuff into more of just the lighter, practical stuff that I talk about a lot in my other videos. The Switch is a perfect console for an Animal Crossing game, like I've said before in my other video. The portability and the touchscreen on the Switch would give us a very similar experience that we had on the 3DS, but even better. The Switch also has enough power inside of it. I mean, it's more powerful than an Xbox 360 or a PS3 was. So I mean, that gives Nintendo a lot of room to make really meaningful developments to the game, making your town bigger, designing more characters, more neighbors, more furniture, more fish. Maybe you could have more than one town. Maybe you could become not only just like the mayor, but it would become like, sort of like The Sims, where you can decide who moves there, what shops are going to be in town. Different things like that to really enhance the way that you can interact with the game in a way that other Animal Crossings haven't allowed you to. And recent improvements to Nintendo's online service are going to allow Animal Crossing to really have features that we've wanted to have for a long time, where we're going to be able to interact with our friends across the world, in our towns, and maybe we can decide, you know, we want our friends to be able to chop down trees permanently or destroy stuff permanently. And I know that sounds silly, but in other games you really haven't had the option to do that, and I'm all for more options. Guys, let's keep making more videos like this, talking about Animal Crossing on social media and sending Nintendo messages to let them know how much we need this game to come to the Switch. If Nintendo has it in the works, I could see it coming out after next year's core series Pokemon games and Metroid Prime 4. I feel like that's kind of Nintendo's focus right now, so fingers crossed that maybe the year after next, it'll come out. That would be so awesome. I'm hoping that we at least get an announcement any day now. So in the meantime, let's keep enjoying Animal Crossing New Leaf and treating Pocket Camp like the awkward stepchild of the series that it really is. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you've never been on my channel before, I make weekly entertainment, tech, and review videos for gamers, movie lovers, and tech nerds alike. You can click my floating head right here to subscribe, or you can click this playlist right here for more of my Nintendo Switch videos from the past. I hope you guys have a great week. You're awesome as always. I'll see you in the next one.